Hi guys. Right, so hello, it's Yasmin here at my 11:11 a.m. daily message, which I'm really enjoying doing. It's getting me out of bed in the morning. Hello people, say hello, let me know where you are. Hello heart person, whoever sent me a heart. I meant to do this on Instagram as well, but my husband's downstairs in a meeting and I don't know how to set it up. I'm so sorry, Instagram people. Okay, how are you feeling? I've actually moved things around. This is really our spare room, but I've turned it into my Facebook Live and chanting room. I call it the meditation room now, and I've actually brought my computer up because I'm writing the 2022 Moonology Diary. So I've actually got my computer here for once, which is really great, and which means I can look at the chart for where we are right now. And in fact, right now, the moon is in Libra. It's at 22 degrees of Libra, and it will soon flip over into Scorpio along, and then we're going to get the full moon. And I want to talk about the full moon. Hello from Australia. Hello Prabhu. Hello Leanne. Hello Jennifer. Yeah, stressed out. It's because it's nearly the full moon. Lulu, amazing. Just did your chanting. Yay. Isn't the chanting great? I've been doing it now for like 40 days in a row. Although I just do Monday to Friday because I kept getting the "you are going to get burned out" card. So I started doing it just Monday to Friday. Yeah, so many things I want to talk about. Let me just start by saying the first thing, speaking of those cards, these cards, guess who I'm going to interview? And this was one of someone's idea. I'm actually going to interview Alana Fairchild quite soon, who does these beautiful crystal cards, which I'll use today. I'll do a card. So thank you to whoever suggested that. Someone said, you should have her on here. And I was like, yeah, good idea. So I'm going to do that in the next couple of days, and then I'll play it out as the 11:11 a.m. Tonight, I'm going to do a full moon ceremony in my garden, which I think I will do on Facebook. I think I'll do it here on this channel, Yasmin Boland. And I think I want to do it after sunset because I want to do it when it's dark, because I'm going to do a fire ceremony. So I'm going to change the time on the Facebook events list. I'm really sorry. I know I do this all the time, but I'm just afraid that's just the way it is. If you want someone who's more organized, I try to be organized, but there's so much going on right now. I'm really sorry. But anyway, I'll do it tonight, UK time. And I'm going to ask Hay House if I can air it as a premiere tomorrow on their channel as well, to go out to lots and lots of people, so we can get that. Now, so in the description you can find stuff. You can find how to register for the event, but it says 11:11 a.m. tomorrow. It'll actually be tonight, so it will be about probably 8 to 9 hours from now, whatever time that is for wherever you are. And sorry Australia, it's going to be in the middle of the night for you this time around, but you know, you can just be there in spirit. Register and you'll get the replay. I'll give you a link to the replay, and then there's also a link to the free full moon kit that I give out every month that goes with whichever sign the full moon or the new moon is taking place in. And I really recommend that you grab that. It's free. It's got the full moon meditation, which was this inspired meditation I did once upon a time, which I don't know if I could recreate it if I tried. It was so good. I worked with a hypnotherapist, and it's a really like almost hypnosis for the full moon, but it's using all the themes of the full moon. And what else is in there? There's the full moon forgiveness kit. We'll do some full moon forgiveness, and I don't know, there's other stuff in there. It's all free and it's my pleasure. I hope you like it. But what I want to talk about now is actually, I'm going to talk about it again tonight, but it's something I've really noticed. And those of you who are doing the chanting with me, you might be feeling it as well. And it's really about fear and layers of fear. And I'm just wondering if anyone out there feels like they're going through like their issues, you know? If your issues are all coming up one at a time as you go through this pandemic lockdown. That's certainly been the case for me. And it reminds me a bit of, actually the analogy that just came to mind when I was talking right now was that, you know, when you lose weight and people say, you know, first of all, you lose the last fat that you gained. You know, I know when I gain weight, the last place it goes is my face. And so when I start to lose weight, the first place it goes is my face. And I feel like with issues, it's not necessarily the most recent issues that go first, but it's the sort of least confronting ones for us to face. So I've noticed that I've been going through my issues. And I think it's a lot to do with the chanting that we're doing, which I do link to every day from this page. It's a private Zoom. You're all very welcome to come. And we'll chant for exactly 20 minutes. And then I come on here. And it's free, obviously. It's an initiative set up by the ashram that I go to in India, the Sri Narayani Peetham. And it's actually to the goddess Kali. Many of you, we're not going to do it now, but many of you have seen the chant. And we've got Kali. Now, Kali is the black goddess, aka the one who's blue, who absorbs negativity, including our fears. And Kali is actually the goddess that I associate with Scorpio. And the full moon now, like, you know, in a few hours, is taking place in the sign of Scorpio. So it's a really good time to think about fears and releasing fears. Just FYI, for anybody who doesn't know, we will not be chanting this mantra around the fire of the full moon ceremony tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because my teacher in India has made it very clear, Narayani Amma has made it very clear that this is a destructive mantra, and it's only to be used because it's about destroying the virus, destroying disease, destroying fear, destroying negativity, destroying anything that's sort of toxic. And Narayani Amma has made it very clear it's not to be done around the fire, it's not to be done for full moon, it's not to be done for new moon, it's literally to sit down and chant as we're doing it on the Zoom call every day. So, yeah, but Kali is the goddess who helps to eradicate all negativity. And tonight is the full moon in Kali's sign of Scorpio. And so if you're working through your fears now, if you've got fears that are coming up, I would strongly suggest as we move towards the full moon in Scorpio that you face them and you deal with them and you look at where they came from. And also, you know, kind of do a reality check on them because quite often our fears are baseless. Our fears are unfounded and we are literally worrying about something that might never happen. But in worrying about it, what do? We actually increase the possibility of creating it. People are saying, I'm rising sign Scorpio, my sun is Scorpio, Scorpio moon. Yeah, so if you are Scorpio, Scorpio rising, your Scorpio moon, you'll feel this a little bit more. But actually the full moon always affects everyone. And in fact, in my new and improved membership area, which we are so close to launching, we've actually started to kind of do a soft launch. I'm actually going to do a video that explains that because I know there's a misconception that a lot of people think, oh, I'm Leo, so the full moon in Scorpio isn't for me or doesn't affect me or whatever. No, it actually affects everyone in different ways every month. And I will explain that. I should make a note to myself about that actually. Explain how lunations affect everyone. I won't be able to read my scribbles. There we go. I'm going to do that in a video for my beautiful members area. If you are not a member of my members area, we still are taking last minute subscriptions at 50% off. I'm not sure when we're going to stop this. I quite like giving everyone 50% off. I'll give you the URL. It's not in the description because I wasn't going to do this. I forgot. I didn't even think of it, to be honest. But it's, if you want to do it, it's www.moonmessages.com/Aries offer. Aries, ARIES offer, one word. And I'll add it in the description. But basically that gives you an idea of how old this offer is. We actually introduced this offer at the new moon in Aries, because it's the first sign of the zodiac, because I very optimistically thought that we would have the membership area up last month, and we haven't. The sun is now in the next sign of the zodiac, Taurus. We're actually about it's actually about 6 weeks since the sun moved into Aries. But yeah, if you want to get the 50% off the normal price for a year's membership, moonmessages.com/Aries offer, and that is just for a year's membership. We'll introduce monthly payments later on down the track, but this is just now if you want to invest, you know, in me, basically, and yourself for 12 months. All right, so the full moon. So another way to look at the what's happening with the full moon and fear, and I really encourage you to work with your fears now, because it's so important to work through fears, because basically that's what helps us to evolve. By working through our fears, we push through them, and we start to live, you know, more inspired, powerful lives. Look, there's something else. It's completely tangential that I wanted to mention to you today. I did make a note to myself that I would mention it, and I keep thinking of it, so maybe I should. I just want to tell you, for anybody who has issues around their digestion, feeling good in lockdown, wanting to lose weight, wanting to get rid of any brain fog, just wanting to feel better, I'm going to be talking about a lot over the coming weeks, because I'm about to start doing this. It's called The Prime, and it's actually by the woman who wrote Sound Medicine, Cory Chowdhury. And again, I do not get any kickback from this whatsoever, apart from, you know, the benefits that everybody can get. So I read this about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, and it's an amazing book, and it's really good for anyone whose digestion is a bit sluggish, or they're not feeling great, or they want to lose weight, like I said, or brain fog. And, you know, just generally about getting in shape. And I'm actually starting to do this today with a girlfriend of mine, Laura Bridge, who's she's actually a private chef, and she's at the moment she's interviewing with some super famous singer, and she won't tell me who it is, darn it. I wouldn't say anyway if she told me, but she won't tell me who it is, who wants a private chef, and but she's trained in Ayurvedic cooking as well. So we're going to be working through that, and I've tried to convince her to let me allow 3 people to join for like 20 quid or something as kind of guinea pigs, but she says she's just not ready. But as soon as it's ready, I'm going to encourage her to get this out to everybody, because I think it's really, really important that we all look after our gut health, basically, and it's a really good way of looking after gut health. Anyway, I don't know why, I just really wanted to share that. Honestly, truly, nothing in it for me whatsoever, but if you do have a sluggish system, or you think you might like to join me in doing this, that's the book, The Prime, and it's by Dr. Cory Chowdhury, who wrote Sound Medicine. I've never met Cory. We talk on WhatsApp sometimes. We go to the same ashram in India. I get nothing from saying all this, I promise you, apart from, you know, good gut health and, you know, information about mantras, which is the other book of hers that I was talking about a lot. Okay, so I'm going to do a card for what we need to know today. Okay, let me just see the messages here. There's lots of messages coming in. I'm always wondering how sure I look at astrology, my sign. I was born the 23rd of July. Okay, so Justina is saying she's born on the cusp. Okay, so she's not sure which sign she is. Now, if you're born on one of the changeover days, there's changeover days between about the 19th and the 22nd of every single month. The sun moves from one sign into the next, and it doesn't happen on the same day every year. Sorry about that. It's very inconvenient that the universe is not clockwork like that. It actually will happen on about the 19th or the 20th or the 21st or the 22nd. So if you're born on any of those days, you really need to do your chart. I'll give you a link to do it for free in a minute, but you need to do your chart, and to do your chart you need your time and date and place of birth. Okay, you need those 3 things, because if you're born on the changeover day, if you were born, you know, 2 hours before the sun changed signs, then you might be one sign. If you're born, you know, just after it changed signs, then you're another sign. I actually had a boyfriend when I was I think I was in my 20s actually. It was before I really got into astrology. And anyway, he always thought he was a Scorpio, like I thought he was a Scorpio. Because I said, what sign are you? And he said, I'm a Scorpio. Anyway, he was born on the 22nd of November. And he was a really funny guy. Like, he had a really great attitude to life. He was really cheery and happy. I'm sure he still is. I don't know. I kind of lost touch. We kind of a bit on touch, but he's not on Facebook. You know what that's like. Anyway, so when I first started to do astrology and I was looking at all my friends and, you know, ex-boyfriends and so on and their star signs, I thought, actually, you know what? I don't think he was a Scorpio, because he wasn't deep and dark and brooding like the sort of Scorpio men tend to be, kind of mysterious and all that. He was really out there and, hello, I'm here, let's have fun. I thought, I bet you anything he wasn't a Scorpio. And I did his chart. I would have got his time of birth from him. And anyway, I did his chart and he was a Sagittarius. So it changes over slightly differently every year. Okay, so to do your chart for free, moonmessages.com/free chart, one word. moonmessages.com/free chart, one word. So if you don't know what sign you are, you need to do that. All right, Janet, I had an Ayurvedic consultation in Goa a few years ago, and I'm about to start eating using my results again, as it definitely helped when I originally did. Yes, I've done it. I did the prime a few years ago and it was amazing. Since Vedic astrology goes by the moon, I am Scorpio in Vedic, but a different sign in tropical. Does that mean that, I'm just trying to see the rest of your message here, Claudia. Does it mean that it would, well, there's no into that sentence. I mean, basically you have to commit to one astrology or another. Or, you know, I mean, I'm kind of looking into, can we do a little bit of a mix? You know, I'm looking at, can I use Western astrology with Ayurvedic principles? Because I'm so into chanting and mantras and I'm into Ayurveda. So I don't know. I like to think that maybe we can combine them. But I think, you know, you either decide that you're going to do your chart with Western or you're going to do it with Jyotish. Completely up to you. And you just stick to that, because otherwise it gets too confusing. Anything else? Your star sign goes by your actual date, not your due date. Yes, that's true. I don't know what time I was born, says Mayella. Okay, well then in that case you can either go to a kinesiologist who'll do muscle testing to test your body to find out what time you were born, or you can go to what's called an electional astrologer. And I think the most well-known electional astrologer in the world is called Lee Lehman, LeeLehman.com. She has a website. Again, I've never met her, I don't know her, but she's supposed to be the best at working out your birth time if you don't know it, using electional astrology. Okay, everybody's asking about the ascendant. Okay, so I have covered this in a couple of courses that I've recorded because it's such a common question. It's hard to explain in a nutshell. Well, actually it's not. Let me explain in a nutshell. Your rising sign is the most important point on your, most personal point on your chart, because it's the only point on your chart that is calculated on your time and date and place of birth. Okay, so you know what date you were born. Say you were born on the 27th of August 1987, say, and then you know you were born at 7:10 p.m. So you've got that, you do your chart and you've got all the planets where they were that day, and with the exception of the moon, pretty much anyone born on that day will have all their planets in exactly the same place. Okay, it gets a bit complicated. I want to say there are 30 degrees in each sign and each planet will pretty much be on the same degree. The moon will be a bit different because the moon moves much faster. So someone might have their moon at 16 degrees or whatever, and someone else might have it at 23 degrees or whatever. So it gets a bit complicated to explain. What varies wildly depending on where you were born is your rising sign, because the rising sign is the constellation that was coming up over the eastern horizon at the moment that you were born. Now, of course, if you were in Australia when you were born, then the constellation coming up over the eastern horizon is going to be different than if you were in London when you were born, say, or somewhere in America or in South America or Japan or whatever. So the rising sign is based not just on your time and date, or date and time of birth, the day and the hour. It's based on the place, and it's the only thing in the chart that works like that, I think, off the top of my head. And I think so. But anyway, it's the only common thing in the chart that's worked out like that. And for that reason, it's the most personal point in your chart. But also, more than that, it actually dictates then how the whole chart plays out. Because if you have, say, Pisces rising, then the next sign in the zodiac, because they always go in the same order, is going to be Aries, and then Taurus, and then Gemini. So Pisces will rule your first house, Aries will rule your second house, Taurus will rule your third house, and so on. I know it gets complicated. That's why I've explained this in various courses that I've done. And we are going to make a shop so you can actually buy these as opposed to just hitting them if you buy, I don't know, it's complicated. Anyway, read your rising sign if you know it. That's my bottom line advice. Read your rising sign if you know it, because it's how your chart plays out. And it's the closest thing you're going to get to having a personal reading with an astrologer that you pay hundreds of dollars for. So yeah, there you go. All right. So on that note, gosh, I'm really motor mouth today, aren't I? I'm really sorry. I don't know what's happening. The Astrology Made Easy online course is available in Hay House for £65. But if you go to hayhouse.com, it's discounted for only £25. There you go. Great tip there. Claudia Goncalves. So Claudia's saying the Astrology Made Easy online course is £65 on Hay House UK. But if you go to the American Hay House page, which is hayhouse.com, it's discounted for only 25 American dollars. So there you go. And it doesn't matter where you are. You can buy it from wherever you are in the world because it's a virtual course. It's an online course that I recorded a few years ago now. So go to hayhouse.com and pick up my Astrology Made Easy course and learn all about rising signs and everything else for $25 USA. Shannon Quinn says, what does the full moon mean for me if Scorpio rules my 10th house? It means that you're being urged to find a balance between a work-life balance. Also means there could be culmination and conclusions and climaxes coming for you in a work project or in your job. And not to keep mentioning it, but just again, if you're in the Sun, Moon and Stars Club, we are about to post your full moon info sheets. If we haven't already, hopefully we've sent you a link for them, but you'll see the new interface very soon. Okay, so let us do a card. And today it's not ask your own question. Today it is what do we need to hear from the universe? It's this one. Oh, goodness me. Looks pretty. Actually, it's so scorpionic, isn't it? Look at that. Melt into divine desire. Oh, so scorpionic. All right, let's read that. As I said, if you weren't here at the beginning, I've actually been speaking to Alana Fairchild, actually to her assistant, and Alana's going to come on and I'm going to interview her, 54. All I know about her so far is she actually trained as a lawyer. So there you go. She trained as a lawyer, but now she just does this kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to interviewing her. If you've got any questions for her, put them in the comments, please, because I'd love to know what you'd like to know from Alana Fairchild. Okay, so here is a reading for all of us. This is what we need to know right now. We bring you the empowerment of melting into divine desire. That sounds good, doesn't it? There is a time and a place on the spiritual path for detachment. The ability to step back and perceive from a neutral perspective can bring great clarity. There is a time for the mind to become clear and peaceful and open to divine guidance, even if that means temporary loss for greater long-term goals. There is also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your divine life journey, where fervent longing could not. Desire doesn't have to be a distraction from your divine path. It can be a way you discover what has meaning for you and what you feel strongly enough to never give up on. Well, it's very much a card for Scorpio. So there you go. All right. So on that note, I'm going to go downstairs. Actually, I'm not going to go downstairs. I'm going to do it here because now I've got my computer in the meditation room. I've basically moved into this room now. Let me just see if there's any more questions I can quickly answer. Susie Judd says, thank you, Yasmin. Scorpio, feeling every moment. Yes, well, you know, we're all going to be emotional. Full moons are always emotional, and the Scorpio full moon is so intense. And remember, Scorpio is a sign that sort of represses a bit sometimes as well. So, but the full moon, it all just comes up. Oh, what was the crystal? Sorry, good question. What was the crystal? Sorry. The crystal, so it's the goddess Pele. And the crystal is lava stone. I've actually got a lava bracelet. I'm just not sure if it's real. I got it from wish.com and I don't know. Julia says, thank you, love these sessions. Pooja says, I'm a Scorpio sun, but not really feeling anything but lazy. Well, that's great. Count your blessings. What else have we got here? Yvonne says, made so much sense when I discovered my rising sign. JC says, Yasmin, are you going to do an astrology course? If not, which one do you recommend? I've done an astrology course and someone's just pointed out that it's available for $25 USA. That's like probably 18 pounds or maybe about 40 Australian dollars around about. I mean, that is value because it's an amazing course. Just go to heyhouse.com, put in Yasmin Boland Astrology Made Easy course, and you'll get it for 25 American dollars. And that is honestly a bargain because I think they often sell that for hundreds of dollars. Someone's digging out their lava bracelet. Eva's a Scorpio moon and rising, feel centered. That's brilliant. So anyone who's feeling really good, you know what that means? It means you're in good shape, basically. You know, like it doesn't have to be bad. It can be good. Oh, Joanna says, I've made your day better. Thank you, Joanna. Susie's in her driveway. Soaking up the moon in the driveway. That's nice. What's the biggest thing to be aware of for this full moon of Scorpio? Daryl, tune in tonight for my full moon ceremony in the garden with the fire and probably my son. And I'll tell you everything I know. All right, lots and lots and lots of love. And will the Stars Club have personal reports for everybody's personal chart? Lorena, no, but I'm trying to work out a way to do one reading for people a month, something like that. It's impossible to do that, you know, because we've got thousands of members. Is your course the same as the book, says Lulu? Not really. I thought that we would make them exactly the same, but in the end, I mean, it's the same because you learn astrology. But no, we didn't just take the book and make it into a course. I actually wrote the course from scratch, and I kept going, oh, it's in the book, and Hey House were going, no, you don't say that. Just do it like this. Has to be a standalone for anybody who hasn't read the book. Chanting with you, regular meditation practices help. Yes, me too. What time will the new moon ceremony be, Sally? I'm going to check what time is sunset. I want to do it after sunset. Will tonight's full moon session be on playback for Australia, Penny? Yes, it will. Susie, full moon ceremony, what time? UK time. You're amazing, Yasmin. Thank you, Susie. You're amazing too. It'll be, I don't know, maybe 8 o'clock. Depends what time sunset is. Actually, maybe it's going to be hard to get sunset tonight, isn't it? Because I noticed last night it was, I don't know. You have to wait and see. I'm really sorry. I do it for myself as well, so I have to do it kind of at the right time. And I really need it right now. Chanting felt calming tonight, says Lorena. Great. Perhaps do one reading for everyone just by rising sign. Oh, now there's an idea, Narelle. Oh my gosh, what a great idea. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea, Narelle. I can do that. All right. Okay. On that note, Narelle, can you email me that, please? If you send it to support@yasminboland.com, do you mind just copying and pasting? I will try and I'm going to read the comments now. But anyway, mwah, lots and lots and lots of love. Oh, sunset at 20:28 in the UK. Thanks, Sally. Okay, well then let's say I'll do the ceremony at 8:30 tonight UK time. All right. Bernadette, love you, Yasmin. Your community is changing the world. Well, you are my community. Everyone here we're all in a community together. Ola from Perth. Hello from Guadalajara. I'd love to hear you say that. All right. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'll see you tonight for the full moon. The link to register is above. The worksheet and stuff is above. And lots and lots of love. See ya.